right, so tell the people your name, what school you went to, your major, of course, job, and location where you at right now. Just let the people know who you are.
Yeah, so my name is Janina Scarlett. I go by Gigi. I went to school for modern languages, but I actually ended up doing a boot camp for computer science. I did a boot camp with Thankful, so they're a boot camp, online boot camp, really great. It prepares you to, the one I took was for full stack engineering. I work as a front-end engineer at Forethought Technologies. We do AI for customer service, and I'm located in San Francisco.
All right, so what drew you into becoming a computer science major? You know, a lot of people don't just automatically just jump straight into computer science. There's always a reason behind it. So, like, what's your reason?
That's a really, really good question. And honestly, as cheesy as it may sound, I honestly did not choose computer science. Like, I got trapped into it through an online ad.
Really?
When I was 16 years old. And I had one of the Code Academy's ads pop up, and we were doing some JavaScript, and it was like a game. And then I was like, wait, I want to see more about this. And then I started doing HTML and CSS, and I never chose it. It chose me, but it's honestly like the best decision I made. Yeah, so a little bit of background about me. I'm originally from Venezuela. I had a stepdad, amazing stepdad, who was American, and then we moved to Puerto Rico, which is a beautiful island in the Caribbean. There, when I was 16, I started looking into coding, which, like I said, it was through the ad, and it was something that I kept doing little by little, but I never fully went into it just because I did not know I had a possibility to even be a programmer, because I would only read about men like Mark Zuckerberg, like amazing, but I never saw like, hey, there's a woman, maybe that could be me. But after I moved to Los Angeles in 2017, that's when I started seeing like more ads about these boot camps. And one time, finally, I gave in. I said, let me open this ad. When I opened this ad, they have like the success stories. And in the success stories, there were actually females. And that's when I thought, whoa, wait, maybe this could be me, maybe this is something. Gotcha. And honestly, the great thing about Thinkful was that they had like a scholarship for women to get into tech, and I just took advantage of that, and honestly, it's the best decision I ever made.
There you go. All right, so what do you say is the most beneficial thing of being a computer science major? Like, can you list out some benefits of just being inside of this field?
Yeah, I mean, one of them is just the community that there is in tech. It's a really cool community where you always learn new things. Another one is just the analytical nature of it. I feel like I've made some great decisions in my life by just acting how I code, just thinking what's next and just aligning that to the major goal. And then also, depending on the company you work at, you'll be building a product that could impact the world in a really positive way. At Forethought Technologies, we help make a support agent more efficient at their workforce. So it's really cool to know that there's agents out there that are using our software and it's helping them on their everyday work life.
Okay, so what are some things after being a computer science major over the years, what's some things that you did not expect going into computer science?
Yes, as a woman going into this field, I did not expect to have the support that I actually have and the respect that I've gained from my coworkers. Being a woman in this field is very intimidating because there's not a lot of us. So when I jumped into this field and then I get into this company and I'm only working with amazing male engineers, I'm like, wow, I hope to show them my talents, but it was really unexpected when I just saw all the support that I had from them. And not only them, like people on Instagram, people that you meet at meetups, they're all very supportive of you for being in this field. And that's something amazing that I did not expect.
All right, so talk about your side hustles. Like, what's some things that you have going on the side? You know, I know you have your YouTube channel that you've been working on, right? Your technical YouTube channel. Go ahead and promote that and tell other people to check out your channel, check out your content.
Yeah, so on the side, I've been working on my Instagram account and my YouTube channel. On it, find me at GG_codes. And on YouTube, you can find me just as GG Codes. And I've been focusing on that. My main goal is to just help educate people on what front-end and full-stack development is. I think it's a really cool thing, and a lot of the world that this is something really easy to learn, it's really fun, and it'll be really beneficial to have. And even if you're not a computer science major, it's really something cool to be able to build something and have it on the web.
All right, so you just mentioned front end and back end and full stack. So jumping into all of that, I mean, I'm an electrical engineer. I know y'all always kind of make fun of us when it comes down to coding, but I mean, front end, that's pretty much what the user interact with. That's on the front of the screen, right? And then back end, that's pretty much what's going on behind the scenes and the data, right?
Yeah.
All right.
So
I was gonna say, like, you can go into more details about it, because I mean, I don't know that much when it comes down to front end and back end.
Yeah, so as you said, the front end controls everything you see. So every user interaction, how a button opens a modal, how a button opens a menu, all of that is the front end. And then, yeah, like as you said, the backend controls the data, which are APIs, which is the way we get the data from a database into the front end. So when you log into Instagram, how does Instagram know that this user actually exists? So the front end would be what we see when we were going to log in. The back end is that connection when you hit submit. Front end sends that data, the back end verifies it. And when I say full stack, a full stack engineer means they can do both. They can do the front end and they can also do the back end. So they're considered full stack.
Okay, so jumping into the bootcamp, you said that was extremely helpful for your career as a computer science person. Can you go into details about that?
Yes. So the bootcamp starts you off with the basics. So the one I chose was for full stack flex, which means you end up being a full stack developer by the end of the 7 months. You start with the basics on HTML, CSS, JavaScript. Then they transition you into whatever the tech stack is at the time. At the time, the tech stack was React, Redux. Then we go into Node, and we end up building this massive full stack project. So the really cool about this bootcamp is you have like an interview you have to pass every time you pass a unit. So from beginner to like mid, you have an interview there you have to pass, and you also have to build a project. The really cool about this bootcamp is that they don't tell you what you have to build. You have to brainstorm with your mentor, and you have to build it yourself. Also, I did not mention you have a mentor that you meet with twice a week. This person could be a senior engineer, could be a mid-level engineer, and he's available through Slack. He could be a woman or a guy. I say him because mine was a guy. And it's a really cool thing. I still have contact with my old mentor, who is still now my mentor. So it's an amazing thing that I was able to translate into my everyday life. I have a friend, I have someone who literally helped me from the beginning and is still trying to help me, still tries to keep me up to date. I developed 4 full stack projects, which were very helpful for my portfolio when talking to companies. They want to see your code. And then the best part is that this mentor will help you. It will give you advice on how to make your code base look as professional as possible. So when you leave this bootcamp, you can actually get a job. So that's really amazing.
All right, so what's one thing that you'll want the viewer to take away from this interview if they didn't take anything else away from it? What's something you'll want them to know about you?
Yeah, so the main thing I want everyone to take away is that anyone could be a computer scientist. It's a field that is inclusive for anyone, regardless of their age, regardless of their race, regardless of anything in your background. This could be for you. You just have to study hard for it. Also, don't worry about what other people may say. There's not a look to be into tech. You don't have to look a certain way. You don't have to act a certain way or possess a master's degree in this. Anyone could actually be in tech, and I think that's really important for everyone to know.
So what about the boot camp you had mentioned? You was like you ended up going into taking a class.
Yeah, so you want me to talk about it?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, so this boot camp was really amazing. It was very intense. So it's about 7 months. You start out with the basics, which I was super annoyed. I'm like, I already know HTML and I already know CSS. But really, when you start learning it, you're like, wait, I did not know all of that. So it was really great. You start with the basics. The whole time you have a mentor. So you meet with your mentor twice a week. And this person is usually a senior engineer or a mid-level engineer, which is amazing because you have to know something, you have to learn, and then you also have someone talking to you expecting you to do things in a company-wide level. They're not preparing you as a student, they're preparing you as someone who will go to work in 7 months, which is really amazing. Also, besides from that, when you have assignments, sometimes you're stuck, you don't know how to answer, you can ping them because you're on Slack with them, or they have a platform where you actually have all of these engineers, like mid-level, senior engineers that host open hours where you get to go in and talk to them about your problem. They won't solve it for you, but they will help you realize how you can solve it and give you like better ways to do something, which I think was amazing. It's about 7 months and you build 3 or 4 full stack projects. So you will start with like a JavaScript project, then you do like a Node and React project, you do a JavaScript, a Node, you do computer science as well. So it was really, really amazing. And the best part about the bootcamp is that it really prepares you for your work. It's not all theory. It's like you're doing things, you're getting graded. You have mock interviews where you have 4 interviews that if you fail this interview, you have to go back. So it's really important that you actually are doing your coding, that you're doing your reading, and that you can pass these interviews to actually graduate from this bootcamp.
Got it. And that concludes this video. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe. It really do help my channel when it comes down to the YouTube algorithm. If you guys have any questions regarding anything, just hit me up on Instagram, hit me up on the gram at DreThePlug123. And then also go check out my other YouTube channel. This is actually my second channel. My first one was called Andre ClassicCuts. I basically go in and give tutorials about all types of different haircuts. I actually show people how to do different type of things with the clippers that has never been done. And I pretty much go into detail as to why certain things happen. So definitely go check out that channel. Besides that, be on the lookout for my next content that's dropping. Be on the lookout for it because it's coming real soon. And I'm out.